This is pretty, there's only been about 3 or 4 sections like this. I'm just slogging through it. Woo! It's up to your shin in some places though, because it's fairly deep where the ruts are. I just hope I don't drop my phone in it. Well, good morning, my fine feathered hiking friends. Here I am again, out on a little hike. And today, because it's so handy to where I live, and it's about the only, let's just say, remote trail you can get on, is down in the Croatan National Forest near Havelock, North Carolina. And it's called the Neusiok Trail. And pretty much this is the trail where I cut my teeth on when it came to backpacking and hiking after I retired. Today I've got 3 other fellows with me. David, who hiked on Cumberland Island with me. And then Clyde and his son Carlos. And Carlos is right behind me there. Anyway, we've hiked this trail before. 3 or 4 times together. We were up on the north end of the trail, which is about 20, I'm going to guesstimate now it's about 24 miles long, maybe longer, a little bit. But they rerouted some of the trail. Some of it had gone along the Neusiok River. And then during some of the hurricane season 4 or 5 years ago, it kind of devastated it, and there was a lot of erosion on the trail because it's right along the river up there in the north end. It used to end at a place called Pine Cliff, which is still closed, which I was a little bit surprised when I came down here this time. It was still closed. I think they're rebuilding the recreation facility there. Anyway, wanted to give you a clue on a little hike we're doing today. It's going to be about an 8-mile hike, all day hike. And it's a beautiful day. It's sunny, cool, just perfect conditions for hiking. So hopefully there'll be some interesting sights I can show you today. But hang in there. Whoops. Sorry about the shakiness going on here. I can't keep the camera still. Anyway, so I'll get you back out and show you I'll show you the trail next here. But that's the story today. I'm going to end up hopefully before 4 o'clock. We've got 2 cars, so this is a point-to-point hike from the terminus of the Neusiok to Route 306 trailhead. Talk to you soon. Yeah, so up here at the north end of the Neusiok, which has been rerouted, in the recreational plan they had put a lot of horse trails up on this north end by the Neusiok, and so when the hurricanes came and they had kind of devastated the trail, the Neusiok hiking trail, they rerouted it through some of these horse trails. But pretty much the scenery in the trail, as you can see, is sandy and pine needle covered, real soft and hardly any roots and rocks, so it's really easy to traverse through here without stumbling. You can actually video and not stumble. So anyway, you can see what we're having to see visually here, and the winds are blowing through the trees. It's really nice. It's quiet. Now right now it's quiet. Don't know if we'll get to see it later, but we're kind of at the end of the runway of Cherry Point Marine Corps Air Base, which they have the Harrier jets, and so I've been in here where they've been taken off, and the roar, as you would expect, of the jet engine is deafening. And it is a little wet in some areas coming through here, so you have to contend with the water. I'm going around it, but I think I got it into. Whoa! I just got my feet wet. Oh well, goes with the territory. I knew I was going to get them wet sooner or later. May as well be now. Anyway, I don't think we'll see much wildlife. I've never seen any. Maybe a horse with a rider on it. But yeah, I mean, deer are pretty scarce in here, and it's not warm enough for any real reptiles to come out yet, so I don't think I'll see any of those. So, see you later. Well, I'm glad they didn't route the trail through this. That's pretty wet. So we're kind of skirting around it here. We just came through a lake up to about my shin in water. If we get to another place like that, I will try to get the phone out and do a little video of us trekking through that. But anyway, it was a slog. Most of it's just like this. But we just did have a lot of rain down here, so what do you expect? Okay, here goes. All right, doesn't matter. This is pretty, there's only been about 3 or 4 sections like this. I'm just slogging through it. Woo! It's up to your shin in some places though, because it's fairly deep where the ruts are. I just hope I don't drop my phone in it. Pretty swampy. It's just from no drainage and all the rain we've been having, so it is what it is. I'll get the other guys coming behind me. Carlo's trying to go around. That creek down that way. Lots of deciduous trees up by the river here. Still a lot of pine trees. I'm sure some of these trees are 30, 40, 50 years old. A lot of the trees haven't budded out yet, but they're beginning to. I'll give you an idea where we're at with the map, but we're coming up on the river. Our little bit of a river walk that we have. Somebody's done some nice trail maintenance here. We appreciate it. Those Sawyers that do that work. And here's the river.
Howdy. What would you say to a short break?
That's fine. See how eroded this is? The trail used to go straight, David.
Wow.
And they had to make it go down here, and you could bushwhack your way back to Pine Cliff from here, but a little bit of erosion went on here. You see this steep cliff. I just got to be careful not to make it any.
This beach just down here, just a little ways. What is down there?
Hey, boys. That's Clyde. That's Carlos. And that's David.
Can you see your finger in the picture?
And I'm Mike.
That's a good one. Carlos, would you pull out a water bottle for me?
Clyde and Carlos, it's father and son, just announced about a mile back here that that was the point at which they had walked together on trail 2,000 miles.
Yeah, how about that?
Wow!
Yeah, how about that?
That's something. Put that in the record book. Okay, that's where we came from. We've been walking along the river, but we've been off the beach a little bit. And here's where we're going. And we're going to be walking down onto the beach. So when you see this sign and the arrow, you make a little bit of a right. You could go that way and not walk along the beach, but it's not the Neusiok. Neusiok is right here. We should have stopped here for our break, huh?
Yeah. Son tells me a tree must have come down and crushed this tree.
Somebody been fishing down here. I'm gonna take just a few minutes here. This is a perfect sitting log right here. Come on and sit a spell. Perfect. Perfect sitting log. Right there. This, my fine feather hiking friends, is the mouth of the Cayuga River or Cayuga Creek into the Neuse River. Cayuga Creek goes up that way, and then we're off the Neuse River now. It's down that way now. Okay, here's the little inlet we're going to need to loop around and go up there on that ridge. And that way you get a real nice view of Cayuga up on the ridge. The water levels are up. This probably wasn't near as wet all the way up to this point last time I came through here. But there's your view, one of your views. You're looking at the end of the runway right there. Right there. Be neat to see one come up. Every now and then you drop your hiking poles. This watch, my favorite section of the Neusiok is right here. A little marshy down in there. Now we're up on the ridge. A little precarious on this boardwalk here. I'm just kind of going back. I've already come across it, but right up here is a section. It's a little wobbly. This may be the section I worked on. I don't think so though. See, the flyboys are busy with that little section right back there going southbound, coming southbound. I'm facing the north side of it. Thank you, Sawyers. Now we gotta climb a little bit out of the lowland. I was gonna have to cut that out of the way.
Knowing what you're doing there.
Man. Woo! That's something. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Rooty. This section is a little rootier, not as smooth as some of the sections I've hiked on before. And I thought I'd give you a little trail time here and clarify a few things. That body of water over to my right, which I think I have a picture of inserted here. I don't really know the name, but it is a tributary to the Cahuga. And then the Cahuga flows into the Neusiok River. But I didn't get a real clear open shot of this creek. Anyway, the trail in some sections has been pretty wet, and but for the most part it's dry and very traversable. But anyway, we're on the last couple miles here, heading back to the car, point to point, and it is the northern section of the Neusiok Trail, and it goes from Route 306 trailhead north to the horse trailer parking lot for the horse trails. I've come to another section that's wet. In 2 weeks that I've been here, it's really gotten wetter since we were here a couple weeks ago. So I'm trying to keep my feet as dry as we can, but it isn't working too well. They had dried out from slogging through the last section that you saw. So hey all, just thought I'd give you one more last shot at the trail. I stopped and talked to a National Forest Service trail crew back there that's also sawyers, and they're clearing out trees that might fall across the trail. They're doing a nice job, but I sure appreciate the effort. Anyway, this is my last video today. Not much else in the way of showing you. I showed you the highlight of my my reptile encounter back there, and just a little black racer or black snake of some sort. I'm not good at identifying the non-poisonous snakes. I can identify the poisonous ones, but not the other ones. But if you can hear, we're getting a little close to 306 here, which is our terminus for today, which is a trailhead right off Route 306 of the Neusiok Trail.